Have you explored the pad at the wrong pitch? Hang on, let me try playing. We're driving back to our mum's one night and we thought it would be good to write some music together, and it kind of had a fairly like cohesive sound and everything, and that became the beginning of the project. First big show we played, I think, was Unsound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we...
one of the worst experiences of my life.
Yeah. There's so much vibrations on the stage, just all the sound from the computer cut out. And then luckily I had this little modular, was basically just making these like weird noises on the modular until, and like Tom was restarting the computer. I'm pretty sure we finished that show and I said I wanted to leave the band.
There you go.
90% of rehearsing is just sorting out problems, isn't it? And then just, yeah, that's about it. Just trying to get stuff to work.
That keeps happening, isn't it, with the fake books?
Both of our music is pretty defined by the kit that we use, and I think that then translates to a live situation as well. You know, if you're rinsing a piece of kit and getting everything you can out of it, it's going to like give you a certain sound. I think you end up then definitely with a more cohesive set because
you're just more focused.
Yeah, and that then I think really helps develop the the sound and the whole like direction of the set. You know.
We started doing stuff that was just hardware, but we really like the best of both worlds.
Oh, where have we played this?
Into 7, which is...
The way that hardware like naturally leads you down, I think, is like much more of an improvised live route. And doing this, we want to be able to recreate tracks that we've released and have a kind of a middle ground between the like freedom and improvisation that a lot of hardware allows. But then we've got the laptop where we can structure stuff a bit more from, and we can do all these things that we wouldn't be able to do. Have you got... And I've got these 2 rotary controllers, which are kind of the heart of my setup, probably. On this one, I've got some like generative, sort of like rhythm machines in Ableton. Let's see if I can get the bongos going.
Here we go. Sound like bongos to me.
Sound like bongos. You can put anything into it basically and it'll just make rhythms. So kind of move all the knobs around and kind of just play it like an instrument and start generating all these different rhythms and start playing over each other and creating polyrhythms.
The octatrack is the one constant in my side of the live set. I can always incorporate an extra box, but at the moment I'm enjoying using this. It's the Motherfucker 2, which is just like a gnarly kind of delay box, plus it's got a VCO, so you can get like instant gabber on it. Sounds great, and yeah, I can basically like mix and match to kind of keep things interesting and keep things fresh.
We might play like a fairly rehearsed full track, and we know roughly where we're going, what we're doing, and then generally that'll then lead into something a bit more improvised.
Yeah, it moves from being quite free-flowing and improvised to something that's way more structured. And in a live environment, it's so much easier to get lost and be unaware of how much time you're spending on a particular thing.
I realise I've been chopping Amons for 15 minutes and still got another 5 tracks to get through. Everything that we use for the live show, we don't use in the studio. So it's not like we're unplugging the studio.
Yeah, so I've got 2 octatracks, so I have one that always stays in the studio.
So it just means that when we finish a show, you can pack up everything into the case, close it, and then you know you're good to go for the next one.
Yeah.
Welcome to Barcelona and Clarke. Must protect you.
We used to travel with a modular case that I would use for the live show, but lugging that around plus these cases just wasn't very practical, and also just had too many problems with like modules blowing and stuff when we would get to shows.
Thank you very much.
After like working through that and figuring out what else it is we can do, we'd be like, actually we could get this other synth where we could probably run everything from this instead of having all this stuff on stage.
Plug converter or something?
No, we're good. We just have one that goes into there and then that's it. Yeah, thank you. The sort of easier we can make it on ourselves and also for the people that are setting up for us, just make the whole process like a little bit more enjoyable or less stressful.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you just want to get stuff set up, feel confident with what you've got, have fun with it, and yeah keep it streamlined. When I change tempo, is it alright if I send you an octave trigger at the same time?
We're now working with a lot of different BPMs and time signatures as well.
That's probably one of the main reasons why we've got a laptop, is because changing time signatures with hardware alone is really difficult. Like, it'd be very hard to suddenly switch everything into 5/4, but in Ableton you can literally set up a trigger so you can just press a button and everything just sort of like jumps into sync.
It's a constant learning process, I think. There's loads of stuff you can prepare for, but then if you're using technology, and there's always something that can go wrong. But yeah, nothing like having a load of people in front of you to have to learn quickly. Yeah.
God, that's all fine.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wicked, sounding all good.
It sounds fucking great, doesn't it? It sounds like good when we play, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
Definitely come in. Are you ready? Yeah, we're ready. With every show that we do, we figure out more and more what it is that we're trying to achieve. But until you actually get out and start performing it, you just have no idea what it is really that you want to convey in a live situation. Coming in. When we started, we'd like often like go and like sit in the hotel room afterwards and have a cup of tea.
Chamomile tea and debrief.
Yeah, exactly, and like go through the set and try and improve on that. And it's just a case of
constantly going and refining
doing that, and you know, probably after 1,000 shows, you feel happy with it.